And joining us now is Jerry Bohn. And Jerry, tell us your feelings as you begin your time as president of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association.
Well, good afternoon, Russell, and thank you for the opportunity to visit with you. As you start thinking about taking the leadership of this great industry and this organization, it's exciting, and at the same time, it's a little bit humbling. But we have lots of opportunities, I think, in the year ahead to work with the new administration. At the same time, it's a little bit sad today. Today's the day that we would have been in starting our national convention in Nashville, Tennessee. We had to postpone that and push it back to later in the year. And then we had additional plans to go to Fort Worth, Texas this week and have a smaller gathering of industry leaders and committee people to do some of the association work. And unfortunately, with the COVID-19 pandemic rearing its head again, we had to also cancel that. So now we have reverted back to what many of us have been doing all year, communicating virtually and having our meetings virtually. So I'm sad from that standpoint, but I think the association continues to operate really well and accomplish things despite the challenges that we've been presented with here in the past year.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what are some of the opportunities that you see ahead this year for NCBA members and the beef cattle industry?
Well, I think obviously that, the first priority that we always have is making sure that we have and maintain a business climate where producers can be profitable. And, there's many facets to that and many things that impact that. Obviously, cattle markets and prices are top of mind for most of our producers all of the time. And I think one of the bright things is beef demand has been really good this year. We've had to kind of revamp from focusing on a split between hotel, restaurant, and institutional marketing and retail marketing to primarily retail marketing. And it's our hope here in 2021 that some of these restaurants will reopen and the HRI business can get developed again. I think one other bright spot is that beef exports have been really, really good here for several months now. And so that should bode well for us, particularly as we get our supply of cattle back more in line with packing capacity as we go into 2021. And I think with the new administration this year, their focus on the environment and sustainability certainly brings that to the forefront. And we cattlemen are the original environmentalists anyway. We've been taking care of lands for hundreds of years, and so I think one of the challenges we face is that we've got to change the narrative and make certain that we're part of the solution and that we point out the positive things that our industry is already doing. We operate and manage millions of acres of land that sequester carbon. That's certainly something that I think the Congress and the regulators need to pay attention to as we move forward in this debate. Our animal's an upcycler. It uses grass and forages and crop residue and things that are not useful for human consumption to grow and produce a really high quality protein product. So that along with the normal things in Washington, regulations, working with Congress on keeping things in line that don't hurt our industry. I think one other topic that comes to mind is a viable animal traceability program. I think we've got to continue to make progress in developing that for animal disease traceability so that, heaven forbid, if we have another outbreak here, that we're able to manage that efficiently. So those are two or three things that come to mind right at the top of the head, Russell.
And finally, Jerry, what would you ask of your fellow cattle producers out there in the year ahead?
Well, I think we have to all cooperate and work together. We've all had this COVID challenge, and I think recovering from that certainly will be an important thing that all of us have to be a part of. I think working to continue to grow high quality beef for consumers, managing the land. Certainly our ranchers in the western part of the country have lots of issues with government regulation in the public lands, so we have to continue to monitor that. But I think, again, looking for the bright things that our industry has to offer and negotiating with the new administration will certainly be something that I think will be a challenge for all of us, that we need to all band together to make certain that the impact of their regulation and the things they want to do is not harmful to our industry and that we can make it a positive.
Well, Jerry, we certainly look forward to touching base with you again soon here on Cattlemen to Cattlemen. But in the meantime, we certainly thank you for your time and, of course, your service to the industry.
Thank you, Russell. Good to be with you.